The National Rifle Association announcing a new lawsuit against the state of California. But this time, they've got a high-profile ally, Olympic shooter Kim Rhode. Trace Gallagher brings us the story from Los Angeles tonight. Hey, Trace.
Hey, Shannon, this is all part of Proposition 63, which was passed by California voters in 2016. The law, among other things, bans large-capacity magazines and requires ammunition purchases to be made face-to-face. In other words, you can't buy it online or across state lines. The NRA and the California Rifle and Pistol Association call it unprecedented and an overreach, saying California gun owners are tired of being treated like criminals. Watch.
What I don't understand is why I need one permit to buy a firearm and another permit to buy ammunition. I just worry that the state is going to keep going to the point where they try to make it inconvenient to just buy a gun.
California Lieutenant Governor Gavin Newsom, who's running for governor, says the law was written on solid ground, and he's vowing to fight the NRA, which Newsom says is putting profits over lives. This all comes amid the national debate over gun control in the wake of the shooting in Parkland, Florida. Fred Gutenberg, the father of a Parkland shooting victim, tweeted, quoting, "This is why I say the NRA is the problem. The citizens of California voted, and now the NRA is suing to overturn the will of the people. They must be defeated." But pro-gun advocates are pushing back. Quote, "The truth is that no amount of gun control will ever satisfy anti-gun extremists in the California legislature. They're seeking to set a standard for the rest of the country and must be defeated." Meantime, students who are frustrated with the message that all young people oppose the Second Amendment are planning their own school walkout tomorrow called the Stand for the Second. The protest was pioneered by 18-year-old Will Riley, a non-gun-owning senior in Carlsbad, New Mexico, who says his generation is being generalized and that, quote, "I think we have an obligation to define ourselves." So far, students in 300 schools from 42 states plan to join the 16-minute walkout, again recognizing each student who was murdered at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High. This walkout is well short of the 2,000 schools involved in the national school walkout back on March 14th, but it is significant nonetheless. Shannon.
All right, Trace, we'll be watching that. We know you will as well. Thank you.
Yep.
More now on this lawsuit challenging Prop 63 in California. It was approved by more than 60% of voters there in 2016. Well, Kim Rhode is a six-time Olympic medalist who's at the center of a new lawsuit over the state's so-called bullet control laws. She's one of several plaintiffs challenging the law. Kim, welcome. Great to have you with us tonight.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
And by the way, folks, she just got back from South Korea where she broke her own world record. And so even with jet lag and everything else, she's joining us tonight to talk about this. And I heard a little bit about the fact that you may go through 500 to 1,000 rounds a day. This for you comes down to being able to get the ammunition you need to be able to practice and train for these competitions. So how does the law impact your ability to do that?
Well, the law impacts me in a very major way. A great example is, like you said, I shoot 500 to 1,000 rounds a day, 7 days a week, and the ammunition that I'm required to shoot in my sport is very specialized. It's not something that I can buy at any of the ranges that I train at. It's provided to me from the Olympic Training Center or USA Shooting, in my case. They would either mail it to me or give it to me at a shoot, at which point I would drive it across state lines, and both of those are now deemed illegal under Prop 63. So I have a major problem of trying to obtain the ammo that I need to be able to practice and compete at the level that is required to bring home those gold medals for the United States.
Well, I want to read something that the Lieutenant Governor there, Gavin Newsom, had to say about these challenges. He says, by the way, he's running for governor, "We wrote Proposition 63 on solid legal ground." Later on, going on to say, "California voters said loudly and clearly that guns and ammunition do not belong in the hands of dangerous individuals. But once again, the NRA has prioritized gun industry profits over the lives of law-abiding Californians." I'm guessing you would describe yourself as law-abiding.
I'm a law-abiding, non-dangerous person. I don't have any criminal record. It's just something that I've enjoyed my entire life. I started actually when I was very young. I actually competed all through high school, earning letters and actually varsity lettered for 4 years in high school here in California. And I've been able to compete for the last 6 Olympics, and I hope to compete for many more. But unfortunately, with these laws, I'm going to be having having even more of a difficulty after 2019 of even being able to obtain my ammunition to maintain that level that I'm at and compete against some of the best in the world. And it's not just me. I know I'm on the extreme end because I shoot so much, but just every competitor out there. This is affecting just the everyday Joe Blow that goes out and wants to shoot. It is very, very restrictive, and in my case, I can't even get my ammo.
Well, our hat is off to you, no matter where folks stand on this gun control, gun rights issue. The fact that you've represented the U.S. so well time and time again, and we'll follow the case and see what resolution you ultimately get. Kim Rhode, thanks for time.
Oh, no problem. It's a pleasure to be here. I appreciate you guys taking the time to talk to me.
All right, come back soon.